everyone, welcome to TreasHERed, a channel that is meant to inspire, encourage and empower women around the world. And well, today, as we all know, the US is still going through a serious public health crisis as a result of the pandemic. But what I would like to talk about and what I would like to know is, why are people still refusing to wear masks? After so many months, we're talking about we've been 8-9 months into this the pandemic, and right now we're having a surge of the coronavirus. I mean, hospitals are just overwhelmed. This is impacting the healthcare workers in a very negative way. And what really baffles me is why people are still, even at this time, refusing to wear masks, even in public places. Like when you go to the grocery store, I mean, as we all know, we just had Thanksgiving last week. And then going to the grocery store where a lot of people, I mean, it's so crowded, people are shopping, for Thanksgiving, and people still come into the grocery store without their mask on. And to me, it baffles me why even at this time, you still have to, convince people or tell them, why they should have their mask on. I mean, the surge in the hospital, there's really, nothing that anyone can do but to try to just try to do what we can to contain, the virus. Why on earth are people still refusing to wear masks is what I want to know. If anybody can explain that to me, please do. Because to me, it just does not make any sense why people are still not wearing masks. Even, the hospital, even at this time that the hospital is so overwhelmed, nurses, doctors, they're going through so much stress, and how much stress, burnout. Nurses are working overtime and they're stressed, they're tired. And to them, it's almost like they're fighting a losing battle when they are trying to do what they can to fight this virus and to contain it. And people just, take it lightly, and they are not wearing masks. And if you don't want to wear a mask, or you think it's your right, not to wear a mask, it's better you just stay home. And instead of, coming to public places and trying to, infect others, we have to try to keep this, virus, under control, to find a way to contain this virus. We know that vaccines is on the horizon, and very soon, hopefully, the vaccine will be available for everyone. But until then, we just have to do what we have been told to do, what we know works, which is, you wear masks, social distance, and also, you wash your hands and you avoid, crowded places. But why on earth some people still want to go around the grocery store and public places? Store associates still have to tell them, to wear their mask. And sometimes they act as if, it's a big deal. You're telling them to wear a mask, that why should you tell them to wear, to put their mask on? And this virus does not respect, anybody, young or old. And even if you think that you're young or you're not going to get sick, but what about, those around you, family members, and others that are, around you? But people would really have to be their brother's keepers and put their mask on instead of going around not wearing mask, in public places. To me, it really does not make any sense for people to just, go around not wearing mask, at this time. And sometimes they're not really thinking about when they get sick and they go to the hospital, what the healthcare, workers have to go through to take care of them. Just think about it for once. Healthcare workers have to leave, their families at home, and just because this is, what they do for a living, their jobs, and they go to work, and the least, they ask you to do is to just, keep yourself and your family safe, and just, wear a mask. What is wrong with that? Why people, are still not, wearing masks, even in public places? I really don't understand that. And if anyone can please explain that to me, or leave a comment, your own, experience, or, what do you think, can be done about this? In some countries where they have been able to contain the virus, they had a mask mandate. Everyone, had to wear a mask. But here, it's like some people are wearing masks, some people are not wearing masks, even at this time. I know more people are wearing masks now, more than, what it used to be. But at this time, one would think you don't really have to tell anybody that, or try to convince them or plead with them, to wear a mask. For goodness sake, just, put on the mask. so everybody can stay healthy, and we can keep people around you safe, as well, not just for you, but you got to think about others. And some people actually feel offended. Can you believe that? When you tell them to wear a mask, and they tell you is their right, they don't want to wear a mask. To me, I just don't understand that. Nurses are getting sick. Not only, the patients, but the nurses themselves are also getting sick, from taking care of the patients. They are also contracting coronavirus. They're getting infected. Nurses are also getting infected with coronavirus, and they're getting sick. And some of them can come to work when they're sick. So think about that. If we have nurses that are not able to come to work just because they have the virus, themselves, just from taking care, of their patients. So I think it's kind of like, depressing, that nurses are going through this. They're going through so much, burnout, stress, emotional, physical, mental, stress that they're going through. And some people just, trivialize all of that and just think, oh, they don't have to, wear a mask, wherever, they go, even in public. Come on now. I don't really think, that's right and that's fair, to even those, that are trying to, do the best they can to keep you safe. The nurses and doctors and other healthcare workers that are going, to the hospital, every day, to work. I don't think, that's right. I think it's very inconsiderate of people who do not wear masks just because, they think it's their right not to wear masks, or they don't have to, wear masks. So that is my, piece for today. And one more thing that I think that we are not thinking about is the long-term, impact of these, stressful, traumatic, and tough times that healthcare workers are going through. We don't, later, how does this even affect their mental health? They've seen people suffering, patients suffering, so many deaths that, they come across, they have to be there for patients because their family loved ones cannot be there, with them. It's just the nurses holding the hands of these patients before, they pass on. And people are not thinking about all of that. That's a lot, for just, one group of people, to handle. And for some people to still think that they don't really have to wear a mask in this time, I don't think that's even fair, let alone they should not even have to, try to convince people, to wear masks. It's just common sense. That's all I have to say. And for me, all that, and I would like to say, nurses, doctors, nursing assistants, everyone that is taking care of, patients at this time, in the hospital, we really do appreciate everything, that we do. And as nurses, I really do, commend everyone's effort, and let us just, every one of us, members of the public, just continue, to encourage them and pray for them. And the least we can do is to just wear masks and be safe, so we don't have to have our hospitals, overwhelmed, at this time with, the coronavirus. Imagine you're having over 100,000 people getting infected every day. For the past, almost 1 month. Yes, that high number of people getting infected in one day, and you have sometimes over 1,000 people dying in one day. Come on now. Those are people's, loved ones. And let us just try and be a little more sensitive, to what people are going through at this time. And just, wear your mask, and it should not really have to be, any issue or a big deal, for you to put on a mask. And for those who think they can just go into public places, and don't wear masks, when you're doing that, think for once. If, you get sick, the people that have to take care of you in the hospital, the nurses, doctors, physician assistants, and nursing assistants, everyone that is involved, in your care, just think about them for once. Anyway, that's my piece. I just wanted to, say that, because I just think it's it's really unfair to healthcare workers, for the public to still, not be wearing masks. We are happy that the vaccine, is coming, and we'll get that, very soon. But before then, let's just try and be safe and be our brother's keepers. Thank you so much. And please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel. And so you know whenever we post a new video, so you'll be notified. And don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified whenever we post a new video here. Thank you so much, and stay safe, please, with your family. And do not forget to wear your mask. Thank you.